Hello, my name is Joseph Goldstein and I'm recording this from Barre, Massachusetts. And I'm delighted to be able to join in this celebration of Gaia House's 40th anniversary. Really a great accomplishment. As one of the first Vipassana centers in Europe, Gaia House has played such an important role in the transmission of the Buddha's teachings to the West. And also as a sister center to IMS, it's been part of this very beneficial and fruitful exchange of students and teachers between the two centers. We've really supported one another over all these years. It's been wonderful to be part of this great flourishing of Dharma practice, and I have especially fond memories of the many times I taught at Gaia House and attended teachers' meetings there. So it's really a wonderful, wonderful occasion to celebrate the great success of Gaia House and celebrate all that it's done over these many years. So many good wishes to all of you.
Hi, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sharda Rogel, and I'm very happy to have this opportunity to wish Gaia House a happy 40th anniversary. I had the very good fortune of coming to Gaia House when we were still at the old Gaia House in 1987 and was part of the community for the next 20 years. And I feel very grateful for the time that I had at Gaia House because there's a very precious mutuality that happens between the giver of the Dharma and the receiver of the Dharma, where those two really start to dissolve. And I received so much from my time there, and very, very grateful to that, have that opportunity. And for Gaia House to be continuing to do so well and offer such wonderful things in the world. So good wishes to you all, and be well.
Hello, dear friends. On this occasion of Gaia House honouring its first 40 years, I'm sorry that I will probably not be able to join the celebrations at West Ogwell, but I am so happy that this milestone is being marked. The old Gaia House in Denbury was my first real home in the UK, where I lived from 1991 to 1994, and it was the reason I came to Devon, where I have now lived for over 30 years. Gaia House has been a central axis of the Dharma in my own life and for so many others too. It has offered a blessed refuge of teachings, practice and Sangha. In this way it has played a significant part in the transmission of the Buddha's teachings of ethics, meditation and awakening that has taken root in our modern European culture and society over 40 years and more. It is very clear to me that my years of practice and service at Gaia House have been a blessing beyond compare. And likewise that the many teachings, the teachers, the students, colleagues, practitioners and friends with whom I have had contact with through Gaia House have had an immense and beneficial impact on my life and given a precious and profound gift to this world. I would like to offer my appreciation, my gratitude and a deep bow to all who have served on staff at Gaia House in residential and non-residential roles, to all who have come to practice on retreat for days, for months, for years, to all those who have served as trustees, volunteers, as friends, donors and supporters of the house, to all those who have come to teach the profound Dharma at Gaia House, and to my colleagues on the Teacher Council, and to everyone who has in any way given their support to this ongoing, open-hearted offering of the teachings and practices of wisdom, compassion and awakening. For your presence, for your practice and for your generosity. Thank you. May this immense and profound offering continue to grow and to flourish for our own deep well-being, for the welfare and benefit of all beings, and for the deepest well-being of all that lives. Thank you, Gaia House.
Hello, everyone. My name is Norman Feldman. I've been associated with Gaia House for so many years, right from the beginning when Gaia House was located in Denbury Village. And I am so happy to be able to join you through this video in celebrating Gaia House's 40th anniversary. It's so hard for me to believe that it's that many years, but here we are. And I would like to send lots and lots of good wishes to Gaia House, and lots of thanks and appreciation to all the staff, the managers, the coordinators, the volunteers, everyone who has kept Gaia House going for all these years and who has made it possible for people like myself to be a part of Gaia House as both retreatants and as a teacher. I'm so happy to be a part of this. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gaia House. Best wishes for many, many more years. Thank you. Happy birthday.
Greetings, Gaia House. Congratulations on your 40th anniversary. You offer a place of silence, of sanctuary, of calm contemplation. And alongside that, you're also walking towards a more inclusive and more diverse Sangha. May that journey continue.
Dear friend, congratulations on the 40-year celebration of Gaia House. And all this time I have been associated with Gaia House, and I'm so happy to join you, not in person, but really it's with such in my heart, Gaia House, and so much benefit to everybody. And I really hope that Gaia House can continue for another 40 years and benefit all beings, and with such a wonderful team, wonderful place, and it's such a special place to me and to so many people. So I am with you all in heart.
Ajahn Suchito speaking, sending my best wishes to Gaia House, and congratulations on reaching 40. Anything that's been going 40 years practicing Dharma and sustaining itself and offering things to the welfare of many folk has obviously got a lot of goodness and strength and fundamental relevance to it. And long may it continue to be so. I think what I've always gladdened by Gaia House is the fact that it is it's kind of, it's just like wherever Buddhist practice has established itself, it's always established itself in terms of the culture that it lives within. It's obviously taken some of its previous statements continue, the fundamental statements continue, some of the forms continue, the forms tend to change depending upon the culture, China, Sri Lanka, so forth. And with the Gaia House, it's a non-monastic form, so that's also quite interesting because that's unusual. And something that can sustain itself without having that monastic template, which gives it a tremendous, monastic template gives a tremendous sense of access to the Buddha. And Gaia House has had to rely upon its own teaching capacities and what it stands for in the minds and hearts of people in this country. And that's interesting and very gladdening because that makes it pretty authentic. It's not resting on anything other than its own innate vitality and integrity. In fact, it's Gaia. Also, it's got a certain sense of something that touches a lot of us, is the feeling of the whole earth, non-sectarian, also ecologically attuned, and not just in terms of principles, in terms of practice and how the place is run, and also the way that the thinking goes behind Gaia House to sustain ecological minimalism, minimal footprint. So that's a great example and a great thing to be cultivating, and linking that to Buddhist practice and Buddhist understanding is a tremendously helpful and firm statement that rests in the minds and hearts of many of us. That's why it continues. So, based upon what we would call meditation practice, precept practice, also the sense of a livelihood that's encouraging sensitivity to global issues such as equality, social justice, racism, environmentalism, and managing to hold all that in a peaceful, relatively peaceful way. I'm sure there are ups and downs, but that's great. And of course it's never finished, but that's the nature of anything that has aspiration in it. The aspiration is never complete. That's why it keeps moving onwards, keeps aspiring onwards. And that's what keeps it going, the fact that it's never completed. It always has to move in terms of continual aspiration. It keeps the heart energy fluid and flowing, and maintaining coherence. So it's not just kind of running away into idealism, but roots firmly on the ground. So these are some things that I respect and inspired by about Gaia House, and may it long continue for the welfare of many. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Hello to my friends at Gaia House. This is Anushka Fernandopoulos speaking to you from San Francisco. I wanted to wish all of you a happy 40th anniversary. I'm grateful for all the efforts over the last decades to bring the Dharma to the UK and to Europe there. I'm also really happy that I've gotten to be part of teams and teaching retreats there over the last number of years, and I count many of your teachers and community members as among my friends. So wishing you all good health, happiness, and much success in the decades to come. May all beings be free. Happy anniversary, Gaia House.
I think of how important Gaia House has been for so many people over the last 40 years. How all the practice that's happened there has spread out in all kinds of unimaginable ways. I think of how important Gaia House has been as a key Dharma centre in Europe over that time. I think of all the people whose hard work and goodwill has gone into creating and sustaining and developing the place. I think of Christopher also, who as one of the original founders put a lot of vision and energy into the place for so long, and nice to remember him now that he's not involved anymore. And I'm happy to celebrate with all of you, both remembering these last 40 years and cultivating the wish that Gaia House continue to be a place for the flourishing and the freeness of these teachings that we love, and the ways we can support people of bringing them into the lives they live.
This beautiful summer evening in the Stockholm archipelago, my home. I'm reflecting on the preciousness of Gaia House for me personally, and the intimate relationship I feel with Gaia House as a place of sacred practice and timeless teaching made attuned to our time, relevant to our time. Gaia House as a physical location. I came to Gaia House first time over 30 years ago when I was 19 years old to do a longer personal practice, and it transformed my life. I've met the dearest of friends, dear colleagues, wonderful students. One of my favorite things to do when I come to Gaia House is to go to a certain location and look at the wall where all the pictures, all the photographies of past coordinators are lined up. I like to stand there and remember and recognize, oh, you, I remember you, feeling the gratitude and the joy and having been so well supported as a practitioner, as a teacher. Gaia House for me is the community of friends on the path. All of us that gather to practice, to deepen, to become free. Gaia House for me is also the very location what is felt through the garden, in the walls. All of us having gathered over so many years, practicing presence, bringing care and love and tenderness to our living. For me, this is absolutely palpable. It is in the walls. I come to Gaia House in a bit over a month's time. And as I think of Gaia House now, I can feel the peacefulness of the garden, the deep silence of the meditation hall, the friendly, welcoming atmosphere, imbued with care and kindness. And for this, I'm so immensely grateful to be able to participate in this co-creation and to feel the support of its endurance through pandemics, even changing location. As practitioners come and go through the doors of Gaia House, stay for a while, practice, and then move on. This location, this embodiment of human wisdom, human awakening, continues to be available to each one of us. And this gladdens my heart. There is something precious about long-standing relationships. And Gaia House is a long-standing relationship for me, and one I hope will continue long into the future. So I gather with you from my granite rock home in celebrating that we have this beautiful opportunity for practice, a practice home, a generous practice home. I bow with gratitude. May you who listen to this be well and live with ease.
Hi, I'm Sharon Salzberg. I just wanted to offer my great congratulations to Gaia House, to all the people who've been involved throughout the many years. I myself have had wonderful experiences teaching there, through actually different Gaia houses through the years. And I know I've always felt happy just at the thought that there was some place for people in Great Britain and Europe to be able to sit intensively in a devoted way with great guidance. And so even when I wasn't there, I would think fondly of it. So congratulations, and may there be many more years.
I'll share an image, that picture that's always been important to me, which is of retreatants walking back and forth on the lawn in walking meditation. I love this picture. It carries a lot of richness and meaning for me. And in the image, the trees, the gorgeous trees are there, and the birds are singing, and there's a coordinator with a wheelbarrow perennially walking back and forth to the walled garden. And the faces change. There's innumerable faces, although over the 40 years, some are absolutely the same faces again and again. And the impression has it's made an impression here. And when I touched that picture and the impression, there's the reminder of the shared aspiration, this sort of human endeavor that we're doing. Whether our aspiration, we word it for insight, for awakening of the Buddha, for sanity, for refuge, for kindness, for mystery, for depth, for sacredness, for beauty, for ease, for working on ourselves to be less hindered in our desire to serve in the world. I bow to this land that holds us in this shared endeavor and in this gesture, in this case the walking. I value this physical structure and all those who keep that going, so that we can value this aspiration, so that we can continue to reflect back to each other through our presence and our practice, this possibility of cultivation of the human heart-mind for our own benefit, for the benefit of our worlds. Happy birthday, Gaia House.
Greetings from Satipanya on the Welsh border. In 2001, I came to Gaia House, and I was invited to join a trust meeting to meet the trustees. And Anne Ashton, who was the finance coordinator at the time, warned them that they were about to fall into debt. Fortunately, that didn't happen, and Gaia House from then on began to grow, and over the past 10 years or more has expanded exponentially. The Dharma is taught in all corners, so there's much to celebrate, and I wish Gaia House and all who sail in her a day of great jubilation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Greetings, Gaia House friends and Dharma community. Wishing Gaia House a very happy 40th birthday, and much mudita for all of you who are attending the celebrations in person or online. Gaia House has been a place of practice and retreat and teaching and Dharma friendship for me for the last 20 years, and I'm extremely grateful for its existence. And it's respected even by people all around the world who've never had a chance to be there in person. And I think it's becoming more and more evident to all of us how precious and important it is to have places of retreat where we can step aside from our ordinary daily life and let go of our to-do lists and the endless pressures and contemplate something as profound as the Buddha's wisdom teachings, and really investigate those in a context where we can get some perspective and we're not just running on the ordinary assumptions that society's offering to us. So I, for one, really value these places where we can put on a different set of glasses, a different pair of lenses, and take a fresh look at life. So much heartfelt gratitude to all of you and to everyone who's supported and made Gaia House what it is. Our founders, my teachers, Dharma companions, and all the friends who've sustained me and practiced with me along this path. And I hope that Gaia House will be a place of refuge and nourishment and wisdom for many years to come. Happy birthday.